Hey everybody, what's going on? Come on in, tap the screen, share the live, tap the screen, share the live.
So this just dropped. Additional reporting is coming out that China is attempting to move weapons through third-party countries to support Iran. There was discussion about this a month ago. Trump said that he talked to Xi, and Xi promised that he wasn't going to be doing that. Now there is more U.S. intelligence that's coming out saying that that is indeed happening, and that Chinese firms are planning to go through third-party countries to get weapons into Iran. Some of these are fully finished weapons. Some of them are components for drones and things like that. The original reporting that happened a month
What's
ago
going on,
talked about
Shanika?
manpads, which
Hey,
are
what's going
man-portable air
on? Hey,
defense
Unique
systems, are
Monique
basically
Boutique,
shoulder-fired
what's going
rockets,
on?
which would be a huge detriment to any kind of
Y'all
air
come on
operations
in,
that the U.S.
tap the screen,
executed
share the live. Y'all
inside
know we're gonna do the regular
Iran
rigmarole.
or
We're gonna do
shores
the
or along the
regular
islands.
news update.
And it'll be interesting to see Trump
And
bring
then
that
we're
up.
gonna do
Xi
some
and they'll actually
notes
say anything.
to go over
Remember,
as
Trump
far as like
also
things
said
that you can do to help you
nothing
get
to
more
Putin
income.
about the intelligence
And we'll
reporting
do
saying
a
that Putin was
little
providing intelligence
Q&A.
on U.S. troops and
So we
military
should be able to
equipment
get all of that fit
inside
into like an
the Gulf.
hour. Thank
This
you
was
to
during
run or
attacks
an
on
hour or maybe an
U.S.
hour and a
military
half.
members. There are now 14
Hey
dead,
Kamala, what's
one
going on, love? How you doing today?
non-combat medical emergency, but several have been killed in strikes. And so we will find
Y'all,
out
this
if
is
the
a
leader
mess.
of the Republican Party.
This is a whole goddamn mess. You hear me? Oh, whole hot stanky mess. Thank you for my gift. Apparently TikTok says I'm the first person you sent a gift to. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Y'all do me a favor, tap the screen, share the live, tap the screen, share the live. Y'all know the deal. So we can get to it. How's everybody's day going? I hope it's going well. I hope it's productive. Mine has been extremely productive. Let's see, you're running busy, baby. Me too. Okay. Uh, me. Well, actually, you know what though? Today is like an easier day for me. Hey, L'Oreal, thank you for the heart. Me. So I had a client reschedule their meeting times. I was able to like catch up on a lot of stuff. Okay. Um, you said it's not going well. We're politically stressed. Well, hopefully, I can help you get unstressed, right? A lot of times, stress comes from either not having a plan or like not knowing what to do, in a strenuous situation. And then sometimes stress comes from you not expressing yourself. Like when there's something that you want to express or something that you want to say, and you're like holding back, that can cause stress too. I was doing so well in the UAE. And was so upset I had to leave when all this started. I'm sorry. Well, this is the thing though. If you do well in one place, maybe you can do well somewhere else. The thing about people that are successful, normally whatever comes your way, you can figure it out and you can maintain your success or you can rebuild your success. Because whatever is in you that helps you get to the point where you're successful, that's still in you, right? External circumstances may change, but you can still do what you need to do. Okay. Just keep that in mind. Okay. And I do want to talk to y'all today. Hopefully we have time. I want to talk to y'all about, how to start the process of getting more sales, or if your sales have been stagnant, like what to do. Especially if you're a small business owner or a side hustler, right? Because this is livelihood for a lot of people. So for sure. You say you love Dubai. Dubai is beautiful. I ain't gonna lie. I was supposed to be going to Dubai. I actually was supposed to be in Dubai right now. I was supposed to be going to Dubai, man. Literally, I was supposed to be in Dubai right now, and because of all of this going on, like clearly, I'm not there. I'm here too. So, so anyway, things happen. Y'all give me housekeeping. Let me test my delay so we can go ahead and get to that, and then I want to do some news updates for you guys. We'll just kind of cover the last 48 hours because y'all know there's so much that happens in our news cycle, and it's so fast right now because we have like multiple conflicts happening at one time. We have all of the crazy stuff that's going on. And side note, if you're out here in the kingdom, So, a couple of y'all messaged me and said that the code people are inside of South Carolina. If y'all can send me any details, any video footage, any articles, any of that would be great. When I was searching it, I couldn't find a lot about it, but I also know that the new owners of these social media apps, they have purposely blocked a lot of things, and they have changed the algorithm on us intentionally to be more local, so we don't see things from other parts of the nation and other parts of the world. So if any of you guys have any information on that, you got videos, you got footage, send it my way. There was a couple people in my comments that were saying that they are in South Carolina and that they have been ripping people from vehicles and stuff like that. So on top of all of the shenanigans, all of the wars, right? All of these attacks, now you got to deal with the domestic terrorists that are here and the redistricting, okay, of America, and a lot of the different committees and policies and decision makers. So I get that it can be extremely intimidating. You said your feed is extremely local. Yeah, they kept trying to do that thing where they wanted to import my friends and do some updates and stuff. And I was like, absolutely not. So the way to trick it is if you start searching in other states and you start searching other countries, other creators, and more specifically, you need to save some of the content. Sometimes you just need to set a video down and you need to let it loop a few times. If they have, right, that will help you like start to get other information back inside of your timeline. Rain Day said, yes, I've noticed I've only really been seeing things locally in my city. Yeah, they updated the algorithms for that. And so one of the coolest things about TikTok, was being able to see people all over the world. Same thing with Instagram, right? Facebook is has primarily always pretty much been, your local experience. Instagram would definitely give you national, not necessarily international, unless you went out looking for it. But yeah, TikTok definitely was international for sure. My YouTube has pretty much always been content based on like interest, if that makes sense. So it doesn't matter where in the world those people were coming from. Hey, Charlotte, thank you for the heart me, baby doll. All right, y'all, share, and then everybody hit me with the ready. Let me see it roll through my comments, okay? If you're here and this is your first time, please make sure you follow, like, and share wherever you are watching at. My name is Ashley Ann. I'm a public speaker. I'm an award-winning luxury event designer, but most importantly to y'all, I'm a business builder, and I have been helping people make money with their social media accounts for over a decade. I also have been doing free financial trainings, workshops, tutorials, and I help small business owners, side hustlers, and content creators. I help regular, everyday people start making money with their pages. All right. I have built 5 multi-million-dollar companies. I'm a TEDx speaker. I'm a double Presidential Lifetime Achievement Award recipient. And I'm a girly who is interested in politics and news, because there's no way you can run a business and there's no way that you can understand money in America and be able to run it up without paying attention to those things. All right. Now, if it is your first time here, we do speak in code words. The reason we speak in code words and code phrases is because it helps protect the account. Sometimes whenever we say specific things or specific names, it gets the account bananaed. Okay. Do we want the account banana? No. So all of you guys that are regulars, y'all help out anyone that is new so they know what we're talking about. All right. Also, if you have a question, you can ask me anything. Okay. Now, depending on what you ask me is going to depend on how I answer you. Blink, blink, blink. Get into it. I just want to be very, very clear. Don't come over here with that foolishness. All right. I'm not a influencer, all right? I'm just a lady who happens to be popular online. So a lot of that other ish that people care about, I don't care about that ish. And I am a Taurus. Everybody say happy birthday to me, and happy birthday to all my Taurus brothers and sisters, and happy birthday to all my May Gemini brothers and sisters, to all the May babies. Happy birthday to y'all. And speaking of birthdays, my birthday is Saturday, okay? May 16th, and I'm celebrating my birthday right now. Somebody asked me how. Somebody asked me, gang. Somebody asked me how am I celebrating, please, because I want to tell you, okay? That's right, Kamala, allegedly. Allegedly. Okay, so This is how I'm celebrating. I have all kinds of courses and classes and trainings and stuff like that. And we all know that training for business, training for skills, training for marketing and sales is very, very expensive. All right. Now, because it's my birthday, I have taken every week I take a training this month and I mark it down to $16. Get it? Because my birthday is May 16th. So right now, the training of the week that is available is the automatic follower formula. So if you need help getting followers, and more specifically, you need help attracting people that will follow you, that will buy from you, you want to go over there and grab that for $16. Okay. All you got to do is tap in. Okay. You'll see a link. And then when you tap it, you'll see a button that says Mayday. Okay. When you hit the Mayday button, let's see, how do I get this sucker to be up? Anyway, whenever you see the Mayday button, you'll see the $16 deal. Okay. And you'll see all of the other really cool sales we're having. Also, a lot of y'all asked me about doing a training on Saturday, and I figured, why not? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not doing nothing for the birthday until later on that evening. So Saturday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Everybody put 2 p.m. in the chat. 2 p.m., 2 p.m., 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm going to be doing a training, okay? This training is free. It does not have a fee, okay? But you do need to register for the training. When you're coming inside of the room, y'all should see my number there. And basically, if you text the word money to my number, I can't say my number out loud or they're going to clip me, but you'll see it. If you go look at a couple of my posts, you'll see probably my last post or the post before that, you'll see I say text money to a particular set of numbers. Okay, send it there. All right. Or you can DM me. All right. And that's how you'll be able to register for the training. Blinkety blink, blink, blink. Also, if you're trying to get into my Instacoin Academy, which is my 12-week mentorship program that has produced over 600 six-figure earners, I'm really, really proud of that. Really excited about that. Took me years to accomplish that, over a decade to accomplish that, but baby, it is accomplished. So if you want to get into that program because you know you need some help, some hand holding, you want to put together your systems, it's going to be marked all the way down to $1,600. And that happens on May 16th. Okay. May 16th is the May Day. All right. So that's when it's going down. Blinkety blink, blink, blink. So if you want to get one of those seats, make sure you text me too, because everybody on the text list, they'll get the opportunity to grab a seat before the general public. All right. Is that it? I think that's all of the housekeeping. So with that being said, let's get into the news. Everybody say the news. Side note for anybody here that's new, whenever I say Netty Net, that is that's that guy. Y'all know that y'all know that search engine or whatever, Yahoo. That's his last name. All right. When we say it's not real, I think y'all can figure that one out. All right. It's a country that terrorizes a bunch of the other Middle Eastern countries. All right. And Netty Net is the leader of Is Not Real. Okay. When we say America, that is the place where I reside and where a lot of you inside of here reside. When we talk about Big Orange, that's the man on the photo that you see right now in my background. We call him Big Orange. All right. Let's see. What's the other big code word, y'all, that we need to when we talk about the cats, we're talking about like the stocks and the bonds and T-bills and stuff like that. Like, you know, if you go grocery shopping, where do you grocery shop at? You shop at the supermarket. That's where you buy your groceries. That's where you buy your avocados and cucumbers and tomatoes, right? So we talk about cat, that's there. Yes, when we say chai to the we're talking about the country where all of them are at right now. And they have a higher GDP than us, and they produce a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. A lot of products in America are made in chai to the all right. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I think, and then we rush to the as well. Hey, Pen, rush to the that's the big, huge landmass that Putilu is the leader of. Putilu is the short guy that rides horses and he's over the very, very cold place. Okay. And when we talk about the cold people, we're talking about I to the C to the E. Okay. We call them the cold people here. Y'all got it. Even if you don't got it, I promise you'll catch on. It's not that hard. Okay. It's not that hard. The more we chitter chat, the more we talk about stuff, the easier it's going to be for you to catch on. All right. So everybody in the chat, give me news. Yeah, we got Pissy Patel too. And Petey Weedy is the guy that's over the Department of War. That was formerly known as the Department of Defense. That's Petey Weedy. Okay. Thank you. All right. Also, something else when you guys are here, if we're going to say something, and I know that the app may or may not like it, I will ask you to work the comments. Okay. Working the comments simply means that you just start throwing anything in the comments. Okay. You can put emojis in the comments. You can put colors in the comments. You can put your lunch in the comments. All right. We need to make sure that we have comments going on to help protect the live stream. And of course, y'all liking the stream. All right. Now, if at any given time you decide that you want to send me a gift, I have a little live goal that's pinned up there. Baby, no stress, no obligation. It's very inexpensive. Okay. You can do that. You can send little one-cent gifts. It's not that big of a deal. Okay. You just send whatever it is. Okay. But it's really important that you work the comments, and it's really important that you tap the screen. Everybody got it? If y'all picking up what I'm putting down, put the number 1 in the chat. So I know y'all are picking up what I'm putting down. Hey, is it Yogi? Is it Yo Get It, or is it Yogi Tawanique? I wanted to read it initially as Yogi Tawanique, but then I was like, it could be Yo Get. Which one? Hey, Nunu. Oh, and if at any point in time, any of you guys are here, if I mispronounce your name, baby, just shoot me an enunciation key. Say, hey, this is how you say my name, because I will mess a name up, not intentionally, okay, not on purpose. Just shoot. Sometimes I don't read your names right, okay. Twanique. Okay, so is it Yogi Twanique? Yogi Twanique. Hi, Yogi Twanique. Welcome to the kingdom. Okay. Thank you very much for the enunciation key. I appreciate that very much. Thank you for my mark of love, L'Oreal. Thank you. Okay. So when you guys were coming in, I was listening to them talk about how basically it has been found out that Chad to the is sending weapons to Iran, and they're doing it through third-party countries. Okay, so instead of something coming direct from Chad to the it's like, oh, we're gonna ship this to Pakistan, or we'll ship this to Afghanistan, or we'll send this allegedly. I'm not saying that it's going to those countries. I'm just allegedly, possibly, what could be happening. Blink, blink, blink. All right, that this is happening. Now, this is very interesting because Big Orange was like, he went to Chad to the and he asked them if they were actively helping Iran. And Chad to the said, no, we don't know what you're talking about. We're not sending those people any type of weapons. We're not sending them any type of parts to help them build more drones, to help them build more interceptors. No, we would never do that. Why would you think that we would do that? Now, y'all remember, though, your big cousin Ashley Ann told y'all a few weeks ago that they absolutely, positively, 100% are doing that. And not only are they doing that, Rush to the is doing this as well. Okay. Now, for whatever reason, I don't know why or how this rumor got started that Big Orange is banned from Chad to the Big Orange is not banned. Now, they may ban him after this trip, but Big Orange is in Chad to the right now, okay? They are having a summit. This summit was supposed to happen in March, but then the war in Iran started, okay? And so they basically had to reschedule the summit. So initially, we were supposed to be doing some business deals. We were supposed to be talking about those chips, because y'all know the chips are a whole thing. And we were supposed to be figuring out what was going to be happening with the rare earth minerals and the precious metals, okay, which is part of the reason that Big Orange and Petey Weedy has set their eyes on Cuba, because Cuba naturally has some of these rare earth minerals, and they have some of these particular metals that we need in America for manufacturing, for weapons, for electronics, all of that, a whole slew of things, okay? And we don't have it naturally here in America. And because China has a lot of it, and Chad to the is saying, I'm not going to send these things to you anymore because I don't enjoy the way that you're working. And Big Chad to the said, you have done me wrong. They said, you have done me wrong, America. I can't trust you. I can't fool with you. We're supposed to have deals. I honored the things that I told you I was going to honor, and you turned around and you backstabbed me. So now it's F you. But Big Child to the is being passive aggressive, basically. Okay. Big Child to the is keeping it cute in public. They're not being assertive. They're not being aggressive and coming for our necks. They're doing proxy moves. Okay. So a proxy move is whenever a bigger nation works with a smaller nation or a smaller country to basically do their dirty work. So it's like things are happening, but you can't blame it directly on me because I didn't get my hands dirty. Okay, so does that make sense? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So that's what has been going on. So this summit that was supposed to happen in March is happening right now. Okay, and so the Big Orange ran over there with his crew. Hold on, where's my list, y'all? Hold on. I'm trying to find my list of all of the companies that he's over there with right now. It's quite a few. Okay. He's over there with Apple. He's over there with Tesla. He's over there with Microtech, with Visa, with MasterCard. He's over there with Goldman Sachs. He's over there with quite a few, okay, different companies because they were supposed to be doing these negotiations, okay? However, the people had said, and by the people, okay, I'm talking about the political people because I was watching. Y'all know they're on a different time zone than us. So I like to watch their news. I like to watch their press conferences. I like to see what they are saying. And so basically they were saying that Big Child to the at one point in time was interested in offering some concessions to Big America, but they said we ain't got to do that no more, big dog, because your economy is unstable. Nobody wants your bonds anymore. We know that you're running out of weapons, and you should have been able to obliterate and smash Iran, but you haven't been able to obliterate and smash Iran. And because you haven't been able to do that, we are no longer afraid of you. A lot of us feel like we can take you on head to head because we know we're stronger than Iran, and y'all supposed to be the big dogs in these streets. You supposed to boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's supposed to be scared of you. Everybody's supposed to quiver at the name of America. Now people are laughing at y'all, and people like, what's going on over there, America? Y'all spend all this money. Y'all got all these expensive planes. You got all these military bases. You got all these expensive, boom, 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 booms, but you ain't doing nothing. And right now your economy is tanking. And Iran got you by the balls. And while Iran got you by the balls, we finna make our move, okay? Now, keep this in mind with the fact that I told you guys a couple of weeks ago that the European nations have all gotten together and they are having a summit, and they did not invite America. And they're basically trying to figure out how they can make sure that they never get in this situation again, because everything that's going on with the Strait of Hormuz is not just impacting the prices for us here in America. It's impacting the prices for countries all over the world, and it's creating supply shock and energy shock everywhere. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Everybody picking up what I'm putting down? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down right now, okay? So this is why Big Child to the right now at this summit is saying we really don't have to be as nice, and we really don't have to do anything for you that we said we was going to do, because on the cool, you can't be trusted, and you already showed us that your word is as strong as a wet paper sack. Bling, 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 okay? Now, okay, on top of that, there is a mayor in California, and this was a wild story to me. Apparently, she is a Child to the agent, even though she was the mayor, and she had been out here spreading propaganda, and she had been out here doing favors for Child to the in their government. And y'all know California is a huge economy. California, even though it's a state inside of America, California has like the fourth largest economy in the world. It bounces back and forth between four and five. Okay, so whenever you have foreign leaders and foreign entities that are infiltrating through America, they normally choose to go through Cali, and they choose to go through New York, because even though those are states here in America, those states have such huge economies that their economies are larger than in the world. That's why a lot of people and by people, I'm talking about the red people, were upset about Mondami becoming mayor of New York, because Mondami was like, I don't care what's going on with Is Not Real. I'm fighting for the people of New York. I'm a New Yorker, and no, I'm not going to pledge anything to Is Not Real, and I'm not going to take any money from them. Okay, now let me be clear. I'm not saying that Mondami is faultless. I'm not saying that Mondami is perfect, but I will tell you this: he stood 10 toes down on that thing, and he meant that thing. And they're not able to tie him to any corruption like they were able to tie to the former mayor of New York, to the point that the former mayor of New York, when he had to concede, he went over to Is Not Real and he apologized to them for not winning. Bling, bling, bling. Okay, I just need y'all to understand the levels of what is happening. Okay, so the fact that this mayor was like, yeah, I'm guilty, I am an agent of child to the and resigned, is in freaking sane, y'all. That's some wild stuff. Okay, now y'all, has everybody heard the clip of Big Orange saying that he doesn't care about the American, the finances of the American citizens? If you have heard it, give me a 1. If you have not heard it, give me a number 2, because there's a lot of immediate backlash that has come from that. It has thrown a monkey wrench in some of the plans that he and his family have. I'm getting a mix of 1s and 2s. Okay. Hold on. We're gonna play it. Hold on, let me pull it up. Let me see if I can get the full clip when the reporter asks the questions and everything. Because I have it, but on the one that I posted, I cut it down. So. Baby, thank you for my mark of loves. Let's see, that's only a minute and 19. That's cut down. The longer clip is longer than that. It's about 2 minutes. I think this is the right one. Okay, hold on. No, that's them on the hold on. Can y'all hear? Can everybody hear? If y'all can hear, let me know that y'all can hear. If y'all can hear, either throw an ear emoji or just tell me you can hear. Either one, ear emoji or tell me you can hear. All the number 1s. Hey Karen, all of the Karen and Carr. Hey girl, hey. All of the number 1s, y'all be cool. Let's let the number 2s hear it, because it's. Let me tell y'all this. It is very important that people hear these things themselves, because it eliminates the ability for them to be able to deny what was said or try to say, well, people are taking it out of context. Okay, so whenever you have the opportunity, to say these type of things or share these type of things in conversation, you need to have them. Okay, everybody saying they can hear. All right, let's go. So this clip that I'm playing right now is from CBS News. Okay, which y'all know CBS is owned by the Red Hats at this point. So the fact that this is even airing on CBS News, which is owned by the Red Hats, is let you know like that he really put his foot in his mouth. Okay. Okay, so the reporter is asking him right now. This is the question. I'm reading it from the screen. The reporter is saying, hold on. Hold on. Y'all are saying y'all can't hear? I thought y'all could hear. Y'all hold on. YouTube says that they can't hear. They said that they could hear first. Now they're saying they can't hear. Hold on, y'all. You can hear? Okay, good. All right. So this is the question reporter. The reporter asks Big Orange, when you're negotiating with Iran, Mr. President, to what extent are Americans' financial situations motivating you to make a deal? Okay, this is the question that the reporter has asked.
Financial situation motivating you to make a deal? Not even a little bit. The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about.
Y'all heard that? He said, not even a little bit. He said, not even a little bit. The only thing that matters to him is that Iran does not have a nuclear weapon. Now, I want to remind you, you know what? Let me finish playing the clip and then I'm going to remind y'all. Okay, let me finish playing the clip and I'm gonna remind y'all. He basically said, F you and your mama too. That's pretty much what he's saying. He don't care. Okay. And I'd already told y'all this, and people said I was being dramatic, that I was lying, blah, 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 and all this other kind of stuff. No, it is what it is. Okay.
American financial situation, I don't think about anybody.
He said, I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody. Your boy effed around and doubled down. Hey, Penthouse, what's going on, gorgeous? Your boy effed around and doubled down. Okay. So not only did he say he don't care about America's financial situation, he said, and y'all heard it, and y'all can go look it up, baby. I can put it on a loop. Okay. He said, I don't think about anybody. I don't think about America's financial situation. I don't think about anybody. This is insane. This is insane, baby. He said, strong chest, hard jaw. Okay. he said, I said what I said, and this is what it is. And this is why I told y'all, when all of this stuff got started, this is why I started talking to y'all about stagflation. This is why I started talking to y'all about the recession. This is why I started talking to y'all about rising unemployment. This is why I started telling you how everything was going to continue to rise, because the current administration is moving in a way that they don't care how it affects us financially. They are allegedly lining their pockets. They keep making deals allegedly that are for their benefit. They're not for the benefit of the rest of us here in America. And every day we're steadily losing social services here in America, okay? Losing health care, losing benefits for people that are disabled, losing food stamps for senior citizens, okay? Losing educational grants, okay? Losing money for your school districts. Y'all do know that school districts that are in primarily Black neighborhoods are already underfunded severely. They get significantly less money than school districts inside of Caucasian communities, okay? Even trying to go to college, they are turning around, and a lot of actual degrees and things that you need licenses for, they're saying, oh, it's not professional. People didn't think that was a big deal, but it is a big deal, because it hurts the person that's trying to get that degree, and it makes it harder for them to be able to get funding or financing to be able to go to school. Putting those crazy caps in for student loans, and people are like, oh, it's a good thing. Not if you're trying to be a doctor, not if you're trying to be an attorney. Now, if you're trying to be an engineer, an architect, right? Because those particular disciplines typically have a higher carrying cost when it comes into you getting your education and getting your degrees and getting your licenses. So that means you're going to have fewer and fewer and fewer of Black people and people of color that are able to obtain those career paths. Because a lot of people in America do not realize that if it were not for Black people, that a lot of the rights and a lot of the privileges and a lot of the services that they're able to tap into, they wouldn't be able to tap into those things. Then on top of all of that, they are now gerrymandering the crap out of the maps, okay? And making sure to eliminate districts where you have Black representation, and also where you will have Latin or Latina representation. Okay, nobody's talking about that. That's a real thing. In Tennessee, the Republicans actually they gerrymandered there was one district that had Black representation. They gerrymandered that out, and then they went and took every Democrat and every Black member of committees, took them off, and took them off of all of the assignments. Okay. South Carolina was trying to gerrymander and they failed. They needed 31 votes, and there are 2 Republicans that held out. They said no because they are concerned about not being reelected and losing their gigs. Okay. Now the Republicans are very stressed out about these statements that Big Orange just made, where he doubled down and said he doesn't care about the financial situations of Americans. Okay. They are concerned about this because they know that people are stressed out right now about their groceries. People are stressed out about their gas. People are stressed out about the energy costs in their homes. And I don't know how many of you guys have anything in your house that operates on gas, but my bill is like twice what it normally is this time of the year right now. My gas bill is like twice as much as it normally is. And it's the summertime, so we're not running the heat. Pretty much we use the gas to cook, and I think the hot water tank runs on gas, so you use it for a shower. My gas bill in the summertime is normally like $65 or $75, and it's hovering around 140. It's ranging in between 140 160, which is insane for this time of year. So I can only imagine what it's going to be like once we get into the fall and the winter, baby. We all gonna be running around here in onesies or something. I don't know. Okay. Now, is everybody picking up what I'm putting down? We have some huge issues that are going on right now, okay? And everything is kind of snowballing on top of one another. So you have to make sure that you are making more money, because they're not trying to set up an economy here to where jobs are going to be created. And there's the opportunity for you to elevate through like promotions, for you to be able to elevate, through raises, for you to be able to have pay that is going to pace with the rate of inflation. The inflation is coming so fast right now. And there's not really anything that our Feds can do about it, because this is external factors that's causing the inflation here. Does that make sense to everybody? Everybody picking up what I'm putting down? Because of the war, because of the supply chain shortage, because of the drought, because of our terrible foreign relations that we have with other countries, and people don't find our bonds attractive. The bond market is very, very important. I know the average American doesn't think that the bond market has a direct impact on you, but it does. The bond market is going to control how affordable it is for you to purchase a house, a car, your credit card rates, if you're trying to get a small business loan, all of that. Okay. Every single bit of that. And so because our debt does not look attractive to other countries right now, there are not a lot of people that want to purchase our bonds. Typically, America, whenever we want to raise money for something, we sell more bonds. Okay. And there are people lining up to purchase the bonds. Now they're not. Countries have been dropping them left and right. Okay. And speaking of dropping, they are dropping a new data center off in Utah, in Tahoe. And what's really crazy about this is that the actual local people came out and they protested, and the board, their local officials ignored these people and still was like, yeah, the data center is coming. And now there's going to be 50,000 people, 50,000 residents in Utah that don't have power, because the power company is sending the power to the new data center as of 2027. Y'all, this is insane. This is insane. So when I say that you have to take care of yourself and you have to make sure that you are, putting yourself on proper expense plans, and that you need to make more money, you have to make more. You got to make more money. Okay. And I tell y'all all the time, of course, I would love to assist you. I would love for you to come to one of my workshops or buy one of my programs or come into my mentorship. But if I'm not the person for you, you find somebody that has experience and somebody that can help you, not someone that's in theory. Okay. You need to do what you need to do. Kamala said, and will not have the water soon, or water shortages because of the data centers. Exactly. Also, the issue with the data centers, a lot of these companies are rushing to replace human bodies and human brains with AI. So that also makes it a lot more challenging in the job market for you to be able to transition and for you to be able to pivot. If you do not have a side hustle right now, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with you, babe. You got to get one. Okay. And I'm going to try and pop on here tomorrow as well. And we're going to do, like a like a fast track to making money online type of stream where I can kind of take y'all through the basic steps and, help y'all understand inferior goods and services, and essential goods and services, and how to tap into those so that you can make money. Okay. Uh, hey, hey, made it with Williams Love. All right. Next, the feds are toying with the idea of suspending the federal gas tax. Okay. Typically, governments don't like to do this because it causes inflation, but the feds are running out of options because the prices of the barrels of gas are like literally the most expensive they've ever been in history. And as the war continues to carry on and the Strait of Hormuz continues to be blocked, we are going to continue to have less and less and less and less supply of the things that we're accustomed to purchasing. Everybody remember the basic rules about supply and demand that we talked about? When the supply gets lower and the demand stays the same or the demand increases, the price of said products and services increase. Okay. Now they're talking about taking away the federal gas tax because they want people to save money when they're going to the pump. They all are working as actively as they can to keep gas from going up to over $5 a gallon for the national average. The problem with this is as long as they're blocking the Strait of Hormuz and as long as the Houthis are down there blocking the Bab el-Mandab Strait, we're going to have problems. Not only are we going to have problems, the rest of the world is going to have problems. Okay. And speaking of the rest of the world having an issue with us, other countries are basically coming out right now and saying NATO is pretty much worthless, that it's a piece of paper. And that, remember I told y'all a few weeks ago, now more mainstream media sources are reporting this, but I told y'all that they were toying with the idea of creating a European army. And they're saying if we combine our forces together, and they're toying with the idea of letting Ukraine be a part of this and letting Turkey be a part of this. And there's one other country I can't remember right now, but essentially they're saying if they combine their powers and their strengths and their weapons and all that stuff together, that they will be stronger than America and they don't have to deal with us at all. Y'all, this is a problem because it's going to lead us into isolation. The combination of isolation and the smooth Holly tariffs back in the day is what caused the Great Depression. And at this point, this would be a much deeper depression than the Great Depression. Okay. So again, what do you need to do? You really need to start looking at your expenses right now and seeing where you can cut costs. And I know a lot of things that are small, people think that it's not that big of a deal. But they make a big change. Okay. So if it's buying different types of paper towels, doing your bulk shopping, growing your own herbs, potatoes, peppers, tomatoes, cucumbers, things like that are easy to grow. You can figure out what's easy to grow in your zone. And even if you live in an apartment, you can do like vertical gardens. Okay. You can grow lettuce and spinach and all sorts of types of things inside of those. All right. You also, with those of you that have money to invest, remember, metals, okay? Metals is going to be up for the win. These big corporations are not going to stop with the data centers and with the AI. Guess what AI uses a lot of? Copper, okay? Allegedly. And I'm not giving financial advice right now. I'm just sharing with you what's been working for myself and what's been working for my clients, okay? We're just having a discussion. But if you happen to like some of the things that I'm saying in the discussion, feel free, okay, to incorporate it into your plan. All right. So allegedly AI uses a lot of copper, and that allegedly that may or may not be a great thing to invest in right now, especially if you can't afford gold. All right. Allegedly nickel and silver are manufacturing metals. And again, they're great things to invest in, and they're going to give you stable income, okay, stable wealth, and these are long-term. These are long-term investments, okay. This is not like I'm buying it and I'm trying to flip it, okay. This is not like pump and dump crypto. This is long-term. You get it, you hold on to it, you're creating wealth for yourself, okay. Allegedly, if the economy and the interest rates keep going the way that they're going, people are going to stop purchasing houses. and there may or may not be another housing bubble burst. Okay. So allegedly, if you're sitting around and you make sure you got your credit together, you got your funding together, you got your cash together, allegedly, you may or may not in 4 to 6 months be able to find really fabulous deals on investment properties or an actual familial home for yourself. Blink, blink, blink. You may or may not be able to use creative financing and go in and assume someone's mortgage so you don't even have to pay a gigantic down payment. And you may or may not be able to get locked in at their low interest rates. Okay. Allegedly, this may or may not be a good time to have an account with a credit union. And this may or may not be a good time to refinance some things because credit unions love to refinance. And if you can refi at a lower rate, that's actually going to help your cash flow immediately. That will put more money in your pocket like right now. So if you're, let's just say, for example, your mortgage is normally $2,000 a month and the credit union has a better rate and they'll refinance you, you may be able to get that mortgage down from $2,000 a month to $1,700 a month or $1,650 a month, depending on the interest rate charges. Everybody picking up what I'm putting down? That's going to result anywhere in an additional $250 to $400 a month in your pocket right now. Okay, that they may not give you a loan for a new car, but they sure like to refinance auto loans that you have. So let's say that your car note right now is about $800 a month. Okay, that credit union may or may not be willing to refinance it, and they may or may not be able to get their car payment maybe down to $500 a month instead of $800 a month. Well, now look, in between the mortgage and the car, you have an additional $700 a month in your pocket right now, allegedly. You said Penguin Blue is waving tear. Okay. You said I'm talking good. Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna talk that talk, okay? Because we got to get people right. All right. And allegedly, you may or you may not. Look, I've told people this multiple times. Let's see. I'm about to say something. I need y'all to work the comments really, really tough. Work the comments really, really tough. It's going to sound like it's going to be confusing because I'm going to tell you to do something, but you need to do it, but not in the traditional sense. Okay. I'm going to tell you not to do something. I'm going to tell you to do something at the same time. And if you picking up what I'm putting down, then you're going to be like, oh, I got it. Okay. And let me, okay. So this is not the time to start a new business if we're looking at business in the traditional sense, and unless you are doing something that is in the essential good services or it's in the inferior good services, and you know for a fact that you got a base. Okay, this isn't the time that you want to go out and open a restaurant, but an inferior version of the restaurant may be a food truck that sells meals for like half of the price of what a standing restaurant does. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down right now? Okay, listen to me and listen to me well. Okay. Hold on. Let me back up real quick. For those of you that are new, hi, welcome to the kingdom. Okay. A lot of people have been sliding in my DMs and have been asking me about starting businesses. Y'all know I'm a positive Polly, okay? But y'all also know that I'm an honest Annie, okay? And y'all know that I want the best for you. I want you to win. I want you to do well. Because of the way that our economy is set up right now, if you're not doing something that is an essential service or an inferior good, this is not a good time to be out there trying to get involved in something new, okay? This is not a good time to be taking your savings and maxing out your credit cards to open up a brand new traditional business. And I mean business in the lane of like a traditional service or traditional goods. Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Okay, now this is the part that's going to seem a little confusing. Y'all go ham in the comments so I can say what I need to say. Okay, and I'm going to explain it, and then I'm going to elaborate on what I continue to say. Okay, go cry. I need everybody going crazy in the comments. I shouldn't even be able to read the comments. I just, and y'all, if you're like, copy and paste your comments so you don't have to keep retyping it. Okay, copy and paste it so you don't have to keep retyping it. You said this is excellent information. Thank you, love. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, now listen and listen well. There's this bill that was passed. It's called the Big Beautiful Bill. The Big Beautiful Bill permanently solidified Big Orange's tax plan. Okay. Big Orange creates plans that are beneficial to business owners and to investors. Okay. So keep in mind, I said this is not the time to start a traditional business. Okay. But I didn't say it's not time to start a business. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down. For your tax purposes and to be able to retain money and keep it in your household and to be able to get those write-offs, you need to have a business because the Big Beautiful Bill is set up to give business owners advantages because y'all know everything that we're going through right now in America, including this war in Iran, all of it basically always boils back to Big Orange did not want to pay taxes and did not want his multi-billionaire buddies and trillionaire buddies to pay their fair share of taxes as well. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down right now. Okay. I hope y'all are understanding. You have to pay attention to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Okay. You got to pay attention to what. So I know that could sound confusing that I'm telling you it's not a good time to start a business, but it's a good time to start a business. Okay. When we're looking at the advantages of how we need to be able to move money and how we need to be able to move money legally. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Moni, I'm about to open up the panel and let me tell you this because I'm not scared about anything. Okay. And what I did was right. And what I did was in truth. Y'all don't like it, but you can come up and you can ask me things, but don't hurl any accusations and don't insult me. I told you I'm different. Y'all think I'm like these other people. Baby, I'm not paper mache. I'm a real life businesswoman. Been in business for 20 years. TEDx speaker, 2 Presidential Lifetime Achievement Awards before the age of 40 for the work that I've been doing in the community. Hey, if you're in here and if I've helped you make money, drop the money bags, the dollar signs, the credit card emojis, the euro, the yen, the dinero, all of that. So we can go and get that out of the way. So whenever y'all come up and you ask these questions, you ask the questions correctly because a lot of y'all are running with an improper narrative and you're literally out here defending a liar. And I take my business and my business reputation and my reputation very seriously, boo-boo. Blink, blink, blink. Now, I'm going to continue on with the information that I need to give out. And when we do Q&A, Moni, if you want to ask that, baby, you're more than welcome to request up and you can come and ask and I'll be happy to answer you and have a conversation with you. A reasonable conversation. But don't lie on me and don't hurl accusations at me or we're going to have a problem. All right? Now, let's continue on, okay? So for the sake of how the tax code has been restructured, I am telling you this right now. It's not going to be beneficial to average Americans. If you get a W-2 and that's your only source of income, that baby, you're about to get raked across the coals. And a lot of people think it was bad this tax season, but it's going to get even worse. Everybody picking up what I'm putting down right now. Okay. Now, so when we get into business, and if everybody asks me what type of business to start, somebody asked me what type, everybody dropping the dollar signs and the credit card emojis, by the way, I appreciate you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you. It's essential, Dr. Chef, but it's another path that I honestly believe that 90% of y'all need to be on, and it's going to help you make money. Okay. You need to get into affiliate marketing or memberships. I am telling you this right now. The reason, now let me be clear, there's probably like 10 or 12% of you guys in here that could actually have like a class or you could have courses because you're giving people legitimate information. Okay. Most people that try and sell courses online, they fail and they flop, and they get categorized as scammers because they're doing like very fluffy information, or they're doing MMR. Okay, they're not actually like for instance, if y'all come to a workshop with me, I'm going to teach you an actual skill. I'm going to say, okay, you guys, let's go learn how to work the ads manager. Okay, y'all, let's set out your infrastructure, right? So you can learn who your targeted audience is and how to niche and how to put your vertical together. Okay. If you're not like giving people like skills and you're not giving them something tangible, the e-course road and the courses in the ebook road, that's a little challenging. Okay. But when we get into affiliate marketing and when we get into memberships, there's a crap load of money to be made. Okay. So the cool thing about memberships is you don't have to charge a lot of money. And remember, we want inferior products and services, and we want essential products and services. When I talk about inferior goods or inferior offers, does everyone know what I'm talking about? If you don't know what I'm talking about, just put IDK, okay? Or tell me you don't know. If you know, let me know that you know. Okay. If we got quite a few people that don't know, I'll catch y'all up. If everybody knows, baby, we just gonna move along. I just need to make sure I don't know. So when was y'all gonna say that you didn't know? Why y'all sitting there, baby? Y'all just in here like you know. Okay, shout out to everybody that knows. Everybody knows because y'all been with me for a while. Hey, Darlene. Hey, Charlotte. Okay, y'all been with me for a while. Okay, first of all, let me tell y'all something. This anybody that's new to me, anybody that's here, when you come into my space, ask questions. Okay, this is not the environment where people are going to try and make you feel dumb or feel stupid about yourself because you have a question or because you don't know something. Okay, most people don't know this stuff. This is why you have so many people that start businesses and they go out of business in less than 12 months. Okay, this is why. So when you come here, you are allowed to ask. Okay. I am a 20-year business owner. I have a master's degree. I have a bachelor's in finance, and I got a doctoral. Okay. All that good stuff. I literally get on here and I train for free and I teach for free to be able to assist the community. All right. So you love me. I love you back. Okay. Now listen, inferior products and services and goods doesn't mean that they're trash. Okay. Inferior means typically that they have a lower price point. And anytime you see the economy turning into crap, at one point in time, I was using the terminology soft economy. Y'all, the economy is melted. Okay, the shit ain't soft no more. Okay, it was soft. It's not soft anymore. It's melted. Okay, the issue's going down, and let me be clear, I'm not trying to make anybody scared. I want y'all to be prepared. I want you to have a plan, and there are always opportunities in every single obstacle. Okay, so all right, our economy, baby, is right now. Okay, anytime economies get soft or they start melting or they start tanking, you always see a hike in inferior products, services, and goods. Okay, so that means there's more of a demand. People are looking for things that are less expensive. Does that make sense? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So, for example, when the economy is good, people are like buying name brand spaghetti. Okay, what's Barilla is a name brand, right? When the economy is bad, people are gonna buy the Private Selection. Okay, they're gonna buy the Kroger brand pasta. They might not even buy regular pasta. You're going to see a big uptick in people buying Top Ramen noodles. Y'all pick it up, what I'm putting down? You said, I used to have a boutique at Painted Tree. Oh my God, I love the Painted Tree. Immediately, let's see. Hold on, let me scroll back up. I like the Painted Tree. Girl, I'm trying to scroll back up to your comment. I used to have a boutique at Painted Tree Boutiques, and they shut everything down and had us all get our stuff within just days. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Well, you in the right place, baby. Let's help you flip some stuff that was inside of your boutique. Okay. All right. So inferior, right? Great value. So right now, instead of people buying the name brand, they're gonna buy the lower brand. Okay. Top Ramen, bologna, pressed ham. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? These are right when budgets get tighter. Okay, people are going to shift over to these things. You're going to see more sales and like rice, beans, canned goods, right? That type of stuff. Does that make sense? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Y'all picking up what I put down? Baby, stop lying. You wasn't gonna purchase nothing. Baby, you're not gonna make me feel bad because I treated her just fine. And again, I'm having Q&A when we get to the end of this. So if you want to come up and address that, you're more than welcome to. Okay. But right now we're focused on this. All right. Stop interrupting us. All right. Now, when we think about inferior goods, products, services, all of that, also services fall into that category, right? So let's say that you're a lady and every other week on schedule, you go get a manicure and a pedicure, okay? You're going to get a manicure, pedicure. You're doing this every other week, okay? Let's say that you are somewhere with reasonable prices. So maybe you pay $100 for your manicure and your pedicure every other week, okay? They're charging you $50 for your feet, and they're charging you $50 for your manicure because maybe you like to get Gel-X or something like that, all right? Well, when the market gets soft, those clients that are going to get those manicures and pedicures every other week, they may start getting them once every 6 weeks. They may start getting it once every other month, or they may get to the point where they just don't come anymore at all because they need that $200 a month. Why? Because it costs twice as much to fill up their car now, right? Why? Because when they go to the grocery store, they're seeing a 25 to 38% increase on their products, on the food, right? Of the cleaning supplies, the hygiene items that they were purchasing before. Everybody picking up what I'm putting down. So what are people going to do? Well, people still want to look nice. So instead of them going to get a manicure and a pedicure, they may order a kit at home where they can do their own manicures and pedicures. They may say, I really love French tip toenails. Let me order these French tip toenails and I'm going to get the whole kit. They may say, I'm going to get me a Gel-X kit. I'm going to get into press-on nails. Why? Hey, Shelly, thank you, boo. Why? Because you can take the press-on nail kit, right? Or you can take that Gel-X kit, and you spent $80 for it, which is less than your one trip for your manicures and pedicures, and you can do your nails for the whole year. You can get that one set of press-ons and you can wear a set of press-ons 4 times, right? They can drill the inside of them out, pop them back on, drill the inside out, pop them back on. And you may have bought that set of press-on nails for $20 or $25, but now you're able to wear your press-ons for 2 months. Y'all see what I'm saying? So the press-on nails would be the inferior good to the actual service of going to get your manicure or your pedicure. So because people this is the thing, y'all, people are still going to spend money. They're just going to spend it in a different way. And your job is to focus on products and services that fit into the inferior category. Okay. Now, outside of inferior category, you have essential goods. And we'll really spend some time to break this down tomorrow, honey, because I want to get in the Q&A. I want y'all questions, honey, but these people that's coming in here trying to troll me, I really want them to pop up in the box. Blink, blink, blink. All right. Now, when we get into essential goods and essential offers, okay, essential are things that people like pretty much can't live without, okay? People need water to drink. Okay. People need food. They may not need as much food, but they need some food somewhere. Okay. Eventually, people need lights, right? They need electric in their house. A lot of people would consider the internet a need, especially if they like work from home or if they have children that have like homework assignments, stuff like that. Okay. So we're going to start looking at essentials. A lot of people would consider their car as an essential. Up north, they may not because they have like a lot of readily available public transportation. But those of us that live in the South, or if you live in like the middle America, and I think it's the same in the Midwest too. Public transportation isn't as readily available as it is for like people that are in the cities and on the coast, right? And up north. So learning how to change your own filter, learning how to change your own oil, being able to pay attention to signs of the car and what's something you can do yourself or when you can take it in. These are things that are going to fall into the essentials. Okay. So you can do affiliate products and services based around essentials, or you can do affiliates and memberships around inferior products and services. And I'm telling you this right now, you're going to make a crap load of money if you're focused on those two areas. This is not the time that we want to get into luxury products and services. And any of my clients that actually sell luxury products and services, I've already been working with them since November of last year on repackaging, repositioning, and then how to really maintain and attract those clients that will be in the top 10%. So they're not really affected as much by the trash economy. Okay. Thank you for the mark of love, Tanika. Does that make sense? Everybody picking up what I'm putting down. I need to make sure that y'all are understanding this concept. This is like base level, okay? So now listen, remember I told you we start a business because legally you want to be able to retain as much money as you can for your household. So if you're going to get an affiliate marketing or you're going to get this membership, you as a person are not going to have it. You're going to get a business, okay? And you're going to get a business account. You're going to get a business PayPal, okay? And so when this money comes in from your affiliate check, it gets transferred to your business account, not to your personal. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down right now? When you sign up to do any type of creator program on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Pinterest, and they're paying you, they will ask you if it's you as an individual that's accepting the money or if a business is accepting the money. They already have that set up in the back end, okay? So you're going to have to go to your state, and you're those of you that are at Instacoin, we got a whole step-by-step to show you how to get everything set up legally so you don't have to spend money on an attorney or anything like that, okay? But you're going to go through, you're going to see what your state's process is and how much money you need to set the business up. Now, I know somebody in here is going to say, girl, my pockets are tight. I can't afford to set up a business. Pump your brakes. Okay. Typically in each state, okay, there's a threshold. And this threshold is how much money you're allowed to make before you legally have to file the business. Okay. So you really just need to get online and you need to come up with the name for your business, and you need to search to make sure that that business name isn't taken already. Okay. And it can be something like Enterprise this or Enterprise that. So, nothing too crazy. You're going to make sure though that that's an available name. Okay, then you want to go and buy your domain. You can go through Google, get your little email set up, baby. That's all about $10 or $15. All right. So now legally you can earn money before you actually go and file the paperwork for the business. Okay. In every state, the threshold is different. So you have to make sure that you check to see what it is in your state. Texas has like one of the biggest ones. In Texas, I think y'all can make up to $50,000 before. I live in Arkansas, so $5,000 is our threshold, okay? But in Texas, I think it's like $50,000 unless they changed it. So if you live in Texas, good for you. If y'all are in some of those bigger areas, you can make a lot more. And so long story long, I'm telling you, is you have the ability to make the money and generate the money to go and pay for your business license, to go and pay for your stuff with the Secretary of State. If you need somebody to put together an order of operations for you, all of that kind of stuff. Okay. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? So you're allowed to make some money, okay, before that happens. And it's very important though that you keep documentation. So let's say you already got started and you're like, oh, well, I was doing this as a hobby, and then money start coming. Then you'll just write a note and you'll put the date on it and say, I made this much money, but this money is for my business, right? And then you'll go back and you'll document when the business was started, and you'll be good to go. All right. So don't nobody be like, girl, I ain't got no money. Yeah, you ain't got to have the money right now, okay? But you need to be putting the things in place so that when the money comes, you can go ahead and do what you need to do. All right. Now, the next thing, the reason I like affiliate marketing, which is where like 99% of y'all in here are probably going to succeed, is because you don't have to have any inventory. You don't have to have a traditional business. You don't have to know how to run ads. Now, if you do know how to run ads, that's like a plus, and you really can scale up like super fast, but you ain't got to be able to do that. And you're allowed to sell products and services based on things that you actually use and things that you actually like. Okay. That's how that works. Just like that. 100%. All right. And I tell people, honestly, TikTok is the best place to start because of the way that the system is set up on TikTok. TikTok is already built for people to shop over here. The culture of TikTok is for you to see ads in between your content. A lot of people buy things from their favorite content creators based off of their recommendations already. But TikTok has this thing called GMV Max. And whenever you're promoting specific products, especially if you're doing middle of the funnel or bottom of the funnel content, they will take those products and they will already send it to people that already have their stuff in the cart. So as long as somebody clicks your link to buy, you're going to be able to make sales. Okay. So let's go back in our example of essential goods, right? So what's an essential good that you could sell through TikTok Shop? Bras, panties. I have a client. She does over $20,000 a month. And I'm not talking about her GMV. I'm talking about her commissions. She makes over $20,000 a month. And you know what she's selling? Bras, and more specifically, bras for heavy-chested women. Okay. Why? Because even though the economy is bad, you still need a bra. Okay. Especially if you got big titties. If you're in the little titty committee, they may be able to get away with maybe some little pasties and they ain't going about their business. But if you got some things up there, baby, you need some support. Okay. You're not going to work without a bra. You're not walking around in the grocery store without a bra. You're not going to church without your bra. You understand what I'm saying? You need something, okay? Because you got some stuff that other folks ain't got, all right? What's something else that's an essential good that people need? Panties. They need panties. They need boxers, okay? Men, a lot of men wear undershirts. They wear white beaters or they wear the undershirts, right? So when I tell y'all that there's a huge market that is there, when we start looking at things that people take on a regular basis and that they're using on a regular basis, it's there, okay? And you don't have to sell everything. You just pick your little 1 or 3 things that are inside of your vertical, and this is what you promote, and you will be able to make money, okay? Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying everybody in here is going to make $20,000, $30,000 a month doing this, but a lot of y'all, if we can get you to the point where you're making an extra $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 a month, that would be a huge help for you right now. Am I lying or am I flying? I'm telling the truth, right? And this is the cool thing about it, it's going to compound for you. So you'll get multiple videos that'll start doing well. So most of my clients, the first month, they may do like $500, $600 in sales. Okay. But then they get another video that does well. You get another video that does well. And all of a sudden they get into month 3 or 4. Now they're seeing $5,000, $6,000 a month. Okay. Memberships are very, very similar, y'all, except for with a membership, you're not going through the affiliate portal. You have built a community where there's going to be exclusive information and you need to be given regular updates for people that need information about a particular subject or a particular thing. Okay. So let's say you created a membership called Mrs. Fix It. Okay. And Mrs. Fix It is going to be, let's say Mrs. Fix It is you help women fix like common things around the house. So they don't have to like pay $75 or $150 for a service visit, right? So maybe you're going to just common stuff in the house, like a clogged up pipe in the sink or clogged drain, right? And maybe you're going to show them how to diagnose it and what to look for and how to turn the water off and how to unscrew the pipe and how to determine, do I need to call a professional or is this something I can fix myself, right? Maybe you're going to show them maybe they got like a broken like what do you call the little door handle? It's not the handle, it's the little latch thing inside of there. You know what I'm talking about? Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Anyway, that thingy, maybe that's broken. Okay. Maybe they need to change the lock or something. Maybe they put their man out. They said, baby, come get your clothes. They folded and you won't change the locks. And they like, I ain't got the $200, $300 to call the locksmith to come. The hinge. Thank you very much. I don't have the money to come and call somebody to do this, but Mrs. Fix It is she got a little tutorial set up on how you change your own locks and what tools you need. Maybe they say, girl, I don't want to buy a drill because this is the only time I use it. And Miss Fix It says, well, girl, you can go to Ace Hardware. You can go to Hums. You can go to a local supply store and they'll let you rent the drill for $10 a day and you can get it and use it, change your locks and bring it back. You see what I'm saying? That like, if there's a community of women that like, I need to learn how to tighten up or how to do some of these things, you could have a membership and just be charging them $5 a month, to be a part of that. And you can host conversations, you can have different tutorials, you can have like once a month, maybe like a Fix It Friday, you know what I'm saying? And Friday night, everybody gets their wine and they bring something that they need to have fixed. Okay. You said, wow, you can rent. Yeah, girl, you can rent all kinds of stuff. You can rent drills, carpet cleaners, all kinds of crap, backhoes, tractors. Y'all know I'm country, so like down here, people do that, okay? But you can rent stuff. You can rent heavy equipment, small equipment, all of that, leaf blowers, all that, okay? But literally, when we think about the memberships, you're going to think about your target audience, and you're going to think about things that you know how to do and that you know how to do well, okay? Do not open up a membership on something that you're still learning or trying to figure out, okay? Don't do that. The membership is only going to work if you are doing memberships around things that you know and you know very, very well, because it's going to be really easy for you to always update and put new content inside of that portal. Okay. Now I will tell you this, if you don't like dealing with people, you don't want to deal with people, do not do a membership, because you're going to get agitated. You're going to be agitated in 2 weeks and you're going to want to be out of there. I would tell you to stick with like the affiliates if that's the path that you're going to be on. Okay. And again, affiliate marketing is super easy. Focus on essentials, focus on things that are inferior. You'll be fine. Okay. So I do want to stop right there because I do want to have time for Q&A before I got to get ready to dash into class tonight. So I'm going to open up the queue. And if you got questions, you got something you want to contribute, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Pull up. This is the time for it. If you're confused about something that's going on in the economy with like the T-bills, the interest rates, what's happening with child to the and rush to the hey, beautiful home, all of that kind of stuff, baby, anything. Okay. If there's something in the news you want to talk about, all of that stuff, go ahead. This is your opportunity. This is your time. You said, could it be a club like a journal club? Yeah, it could be a club like a journal club. When I say membership, it doesn't exactly have to be a membership, but a club is fine too. But it has to be something where people are getting value. It has to be something, I'll be honest, they don't even necessarily have to get community. But they have to be getting like some type of like, it has to be some type of improvement, some type of progression. They got to be able to get their questions answered, because there are some people, they join memberships, they really don't go in for a community. They just want the information that's going to be dropped on a weekly basis or bi-weekly or monthly basis. I do feel that this day and age, though, you have to have some type of tutorial. Back in the day when you had memberships and stuff, sometimes there would just kind of be like conference calls and you may have 100 or 200 people hop on the call. That people need more practical stuff now. And a lot of people they're visual learners. So they need to be able to see, to stop, to drag, to drop, know what to push, to pit, all that good stuff. Let's see. Beauty for one. Oh, I was trying to, beautiful one. It was doing the rotating dots for you. Whenever it does that, just turn your camera on and turn it off real fast. Like you only have to leave the camera on for a second, like literally like poop poop, and it'll stop it and connect. Hey y'all, what's going on?
Hey, so appreciative that you're having this Q&A. My name is Sharina. I do have a TikTok shop called Daily Life Home Finds.
Okay.
And also thank you for all of the information that you share with us about what's happening with, America.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate that. But I've got a question because I'm kind of stuck right now as far as what I can offer that people actually need. I'm in the home improvement or home niche, lifestyle niche.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think would be like what I should be focusing on? Because before I was focusing on things like cleaning items, like spin mop buckets and steam cleaners. And what I've learned about TikTok is that the market, you can sell a good product for a little while, and then all of a sudden on the live, it seems to go down. It's almost like a roller coaster when it comes to sales and also live streaming on TikTok.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to navigate, how to, like, if one product has died down, like what's the next thing that I should be promoting? And then also I caught myself trying to do like a side business because TikTok is going to be and is, in Jesus' name, my income, my only income. And so I really wanted to push in that area, but I'm stuck because it's not producing like it was before with the new algorithm, like a lot of stuff. And so I've gotten myself kind of like lost in the wind, if you will, with what I should be like pushing at this time. I've got a gas mask that's kind of selling it, but it's only because the seller is putting advertising dollars behind it. So now I'm like, okay, maybe I need to go and like think about doing like a side business, which you need investment costs for, What do you suggest?
So I'll be honest, if you want to do a side business, that's cool, but don't give up on TikTok, because building a business from scratch is a lot more work than people actually understand. Especially when we start looking at, inventory, licensing, office hours, all that other kind of stuff. So with TikTok, that is true. The algorithm does change, but that's across the board on all social media platforms. The first thing I'm going to tell that I picked up that you said is that when you are posting, like you're talking about the mask, it's not selling because the guy is putting advertising funds behind it, right? So This means we have to work on the hook or the content style. And I don't know, what your content is because I haven't looked at your page. But typically whenever people come to me and they were doing really well and then they kind of like flatline and it starts dropping, it's always typically the portion of the funnel that they're hitting. And they probably need to be focused more on middle of the funnel, and they need to be focused more on hooks. And out of curiosity, how many times a day are you posting that product?
I'm fluctuating at this point, and I should have a baseline.
Yeah, we can't fluctuate. Yeah, we can't fluctuate, not right now.
You're right. You're definitely right. So I'm gonna go back. I'm now doing 5 a day, but I was doing like 15 a day. And I was doing 5 on each product.
Are you doing middle of the funnel, bottom of the funnel, top of funnel?
I'm all over the place, to be honest with you. I will do a problem solution, and that would be, I guess, is considered end of the funnel. Yeah, because I will. Yeah, my main videos right around problem solution. I was doing like story time. I was doing role play. I was doing those, but I've drifted away from that. So now my main content is problem solution.
Okay, so I would definitely recommend doing a mix of content. The second thing that stood out to me is the niche that you said that you're in. I actually think that's a fantastic niche, because as we're moving towards a softer economy, people are going to want to make sure that they are improving their quality of life in any way that they can, right? So if you're not going out as much and you're in the house more, what do you want to do? Naturally, you want your house to be more serene. You want the house to be more comfortable, right? You want the house to feel more like an experience or a vacation. If I got right in people's mind, they're like, if I got to be in this house, I want my house to be as cozy or as comfortable or as stylish as I would like to see it be. So I think if we can focus on, like, when we get into consumer psychology, one big thing is comfort, right? Another thing that motivates people is keeping up with the Joneses. So if we can start choosing products and positioning them in that way, right? Of, this is what the haves, but you don't have to pay the price that the haves had to pay for it. Or we can make the home more of a comfortable space, right? So instead of going out, like we may say, instead of doing a staycation and spending $400 a night on $400 a night on a room, instead, I saw this little, it was like a little blow up tub thing situation or whatever I've been seeing all over TikTok. So you may say, instead of spending $400 a night on the staycation, let me show you how to get the same thing, and you can use this every day for only $200, right? And because now I instantaneously gave you a comparison. So now it logically makes sense to buy this. Why would I spend $800 plus my taxes and fees on the hotel room to have access to this hot tub or a pool, or, you know, whatever it is? We're going to say a hot tub in this instance, to have access to that when I can pay $200. I can have one at home, right? They got like portable saunas and all kinds of stuff. And now I can go out and I can use it every day. But that's when we get into tapping into, you know, consumer psychology, right? So if you build in, and I'll talk more about this tomorrow when I get on, but if you build in like natural comparison for people so that they're able to make the logical assessments without having to do a lot of the research. So now purchasing that item or that product makes sense for them, you're always going to start seeing sales. Okay.
I need to learn that so badly.
Yeah.
Consumer psychology is not clicking for me. And I've heard this before from Dustin. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's a huge TikTok affiliate as well.
Young black guy.
Yes.
Yeah, I know who he is.
He always is talking about that, and I have yet to let it sink in my brain cells. I could use an awful lot of help in that area because I am just not thinking along those lines and how to compare like that. Like it clicked right off with you, and I would have never thought of that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've been in marketing though for a long time, girl, for like 20 years. So, so first of all, one, don't beat yourself up. Number two, do not compare yourself to people like us because we do it all the time, right? So our mind is already conditioned for that, and it's a skill, and you're going to learn the skill over time. And the best way to learn is with trial and error. I would tell you when you're posting, maybe try for 2 or 3 of your posts. Like I like the idea of you maybe bouncing up from 5 into 10 posts for a product a day, but maybe really sit down and think about 3 of those scripts. And I'm talking about really put some effort into it, line by line by line by line by line, so that everything is filled with, you know, your curiosity loops, your promise, right, of a solution, how we're actually framing and positioning the product or the offer, and also making offers for specific groups, right? Whenever I'm selling a product, I'm not trying to sell the same angle to everyone, if that makes sense, right? So I know who my audience is, and then I have sub communities inside of my overall niche. So with you, let's say I wanted to invite you into my Instacoin Academy. Which, side note, in case you guys don't know, Saturday is my birthday, and you'll be able to get an Instacoin Academy for 12 weeks for only $1,600. Thank you. That's for other people in the kingdom that's been looking at it, okay? And if y'all are trying to get in for a year, you'll be able to get in for a whole year for the price of 1 month. That is only for 10 people, okay? First come, first serve. But if I was going to invite you into that, because I know that, you know, you need probably some assistance with your hooks. You probably need some assistance with like the targeting, if I'm being honest. And then with the consumer psychology, well, I'm not going to talk to you about how my program helps you learn ads. I'm not going to talk to you about how it helps you set up automation. I'm not going to talk to you about how it helps you with content creation, because clearly you know how to do that. What I am going to talk to you about, though, is that it's going to help you with the sales psychology, that is going to help you with your hooks. It's going to help you have multiple conversions in a day. And I'm going to show you how to be able to convert a stranger as well as a warm audience. Does that make sense? So if I created that piece of content, I would only focus on those things. And a lot of times when people are creating content, they're too broad. They're trying to cover 3, 4, 5, 6 different subgroups with that one piece of content. No, you can push out as many pieces of content as you want to. So you may set out today and say, okay, I'm going to target the people that are OCD. I'm going to target the people that care about protecting their family. So that's why they want things to be sanitary. So that's why they would want to use the steam mop, right? I'm going to protect, I'm going to target the mom who has toddlers or has small children, because everybody knows that little people, I don't know what it is about when they're that age, their little hands are quick, and baby, they will find anything on the floor. You can think you swept and mopped anything, them little people and them little hands, baby, they find it fast, right? So maybe I'm going to target the moms who really, really, you know, are concerned about the cleanliness and the health and the sanitization of the space, right? Then I may even turn around and I may do a story time. And this is my instance from my personal experience. My mom was immunocompromised, right? And we were battling cancer and the whole shebang before she passed away a few months ago. So I would go from the angle of how important it is for me to keep everything clean and sanitary, because I want to make sure that she doesn't get sick. I want to make sure that she doesn't get anything. And that's one of the things, I mean, that really is one of the reasons I bought a steam mop. No cap. Right? But there are other people that are in that situation, and it may not be as severe, as you're dealing with a loved one with cancer, but, maybe we're trying to keep the family safe, right? So these are multiple pieces of content, and I'm not going to put all of those angles in one piece of content. I'm going to build those all as individual scripts, and I'm going to film that content. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
That is similar, but not all the way. Definitely what you're saying is definitely something I've tried to reach for as well. Like I've reached for the mom who deals with the child with allergies. I've reached for the mom who has a child or a family member with asthma. So that's where my brain cells was at with that. But I never thought of it, when it came to cancer. And a lot of people are dealing with cancer at this time. So keeping the floors and the surfaces clean is a necessity.
Yeah, girl. I got steam mops. I got handheld steamers. I got all kinds of steamers. Okay. Any type of steamer you can think of, I got it. And I like that it honestly saves you time, because I can clean and sanitize something at the same time. Y'all, hold on. Let me grab my charger.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry about that, y'all.
Just super, super appreciative of all of the information that you're giving me. I need it really badly. How much, and I'll just maybe look on your bio to see the cost of getting into the academy. I'm seriously strapped for cash. So if you have anything like a payment plan, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
But I know that awesome.
And then something else, I have a $16 deal right now, because every week I'm taking products and marking them down to $16 to celebrate my birthday. So it's automatic follower formula, and that may help you as well, because outside of putting together the scripts, I think it would probably benefit you maybe to spend an hour, just pick kind of a day during the week where it's quiet and you're going to be uninterrupted, and you can do research, not necessarily research on the product, because it sounds like you're already pretty snug inside of your vertical, but we need to do research on who uses the product and why they want to use the product. And so that's going to help you with your hooks. It's going to help you with the scripting, and it's going to help you make more sales. So for example, one of the exercises that my KE cohort that I had them do last night, I gave them, it's called like the Lazy Girl formula for content creation that converts. And one of the exercises I have them go through is researching questions. I have them go to Reddit and YouTube and Facebook groups and look up different questions that people are asking about particular products or industries. We then use the questions to be able to create content that converts, because instead of you being limited to kind of what's in your mind, your experiences, what's around you, now we're able to look at what thousands of people or millions of people are experiencing, right? And say like, hey, here's some really cool ideas. Let me build content around this or around this particular desire or this particular question. And so at first it seems annoying that I'm saying, you'll take an hour every week and, just actually going to research what people are asking about. But once your sales start coming in, you'll be glad you did it, because it's going to enable you to create specific target audiences on a consistent basis.
I love that. The other area I know that I definitely need help with is learning how to explain it in a way that, number one, the hook, like you said, grabs them in the first 2 seconds, and then being able to explain the body that makes sense. And so I have struggled with that, and I know that that's another area where I need to word it as to where it's relatable and not sounding salesy.
Yeah, the hook formulas, and there's like 7 or 8 like real easy formulas to pop stuff into, so it grabs the right person's attention and it doesn't seem salesy. But I would tell you your formula as far as the body, we should go hook. You go hook, emotional connection, or you can do curiosity loop, either or between the two.
Yeah.
Then from there you go into active assistance. Then we go into bridge, and then the call to action.
Love that. And you said the information is in your bio with the $16 one and the
It's a big button that says Mayday, and so it'll have all of the sales specials that are there.
Okay. And then how long do I have to purchase it?
That will be on sale until this Sunday.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much. Let me give somebody else the opportunity to talk to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. But your questions were really good.
They were good questions.
Yeah. Okay, so Ashley, I have to say, you are the best. I know you don't need anybody to stand up for you in these comments, but whoever is in the comments saying whatever y'all saying, ain't nobody like Ashley. Like, she brings it. And I've been listening to you for 2 years, and you have always been on point every single live, no doubt. So I know nobody has to stand up for you. You're the big dog, but I have to say that. So
I appreciate it though, very, very much, girl. Because this is the thing about people on the internet. They have a false sense of entitlement, and they think that they can go around and bully people and push people to do all sorts of types of things. They don't care about the truth. You know what I'm saying? Their goal is just to try and break you, or I don't know if they be trying to make people have meltdowns or what, okay, or to silence you, or to try and make you do what they think you should do. The baby, they don't understand about me. I don't move like that. Don't nobody make me do nothing.
There are a lot of fakes out there. I have been fooled by some myself over the years, but I don't know why people do what they do, but I think when they come at you, some of it is old trauma, from people they've dealt with before, and they're taking it out on you, and that's
for
not
sure.
fair.
That definitely is part of it. For sure.
And then I'm a therapist, so people are just unhappy, and one of the ways they get it out is to try and hurt people here where there are no consequences or very few consequences, so they can get away with it here where they would never do nothing like that in real life.
That is very true. That's a big one, but it actually doesn't bother me because, one, I was really excited. I know I was excited though today that one of my clients rescheduled her appointments. I was like, well, let me go through and respond to some of these trolls today. Anybody, for any of you guys that are new, I just want you guys to buckle in, buttercup. Okay, if people try and temperature check me, I absolutely will burn them up. Have no problem with it. And then the second thing about me is I love trolling trolls, and I'm not afraid of confrontation. So how a lot of people get very uncomfortable about confrontation and dealing with things directly and head on, I'm not that type of person. I have extremely strong boundaries. I'm a very giving person, a very loving person. Like, literally will try and do anything to help you, but the moment I feel like someone is trying to take advantage of me or play in my face, I get real firm real fast, very, very quickly. So I don't want any of y'all to be in shock, okay, when y'all be like, okay, and I understand for some people it's a turnoff. They want me to be soft. They want me to be delicate. They want me to be like other people and just, ignore it. That's not my personality. And I'm not going to go to an early grave because I'm holding in things and trying to pretend to be somebody that I'm not. Either people are into it or they're not into it. And I accept that. I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And I that seems to bother people too. I noticed that triggered a lot of people when I said, I don't want her as a client and I don't want y'all as a client. That really agitated some people. And I don't know why that concept to them is so, offensive, but it's the truth. And the reality is a lot of business owners, they may not say it publicly, but they absolutely have a profile of clients that they want to have. And if you don't fit that profile, they're not looking for you. I think it's just jarring to hear somebody say, I don't want you as a customer.
Right, exactly. But I mean, you have to qualify customers, and your mental health is going to be affected if you don't have the right type of clients, and they're going to bring you down. And so you're doing the right thing. Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much. And I really, really do.
That being said, so I am a therapist, as I mentioned, and one of the things I noticed.
Shout out to real therapists. Woo! No.
Right. So one of the things that I noticed a few years ago was that people weren't coming to therapy as much. So I did in-office therapy. I've done online therapy. I did online therapy before it was cool. This was back in 2018. And so, but I noticed that people are just not coming to therapy as much. They're relying on AI. They're relying on whatever, just all different kind of versions of therapy that they can use. So mental health has been suffering for many therapists. So I noticed this, and a year ago, I started niching down to specifically financial therapy because I was an advisor with Morgan Stanley before I was a therapist. So that's why I was saying what I said in the comments. So I know money really well. I've sold everything with a dollar sign associated with it. So I do teach financial therapy. So in January, I niched down even more and decided to start teaching financial therapy, or I did a membership for barbers specifically, and teaching them mental health and money tools. Because before there were therapists, there were barbers. And that is where men go to tell their business to. They are not likely to come to therapy, but they still need it. And so to give these barbers the mental health tools, but also some money tools. So I started the membership. It's $99 a month. Started building that up. It's, slowly growing. But one of the things that they are most concerned with that I don't know that I'm really addressing, and I wanted to talk to you about this, is what you mentioned today. And that is people are coming to get their hair cut less. So when they used to come every week, now they're coming every 2 weeks. The people who used to come every 2 weeks, coming every month. And so that's one of their biggest concerns. I want to address it. So I gave them some options, what you said, affiliate marketing. I said that, but my product is what they become an affiliate of, which is the mental health product that I have. There's a course on meditation, and there's another course, hypnotherapy sessions to help you break habits. So they're making them affiliates of that. But people want more options. Right now, those are my only options for them. But I want to give them more actionable things that they could do in this membership. And what you talked about today is super important. And I don't articulate it the way you do, but a lot of these things I know, like what's happening with the U.S. versus, Iran, all of that stuff. So I want to make them aware. I want them to be ready. Lowering costs and stuff like that, I can talk to them about. But coming up with different revenue streams, this is something that is big that I really want to give them options on.
So I'm gonna throw this at you. Okay. I'm gonna throw a few things at you. Number one, when you have a membership, and I'm very glad that you asked this is for everybody that's considering doing a membership, there is nothing wrong with bringing in like special guests or experts to tackle specific needs that your community needs, right? So for instance, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist, but I have licensed psychologists, psychiatrists, and therapists that come into Instacoin, right? And they do special sessions to be able to assist people with just trying to navigate through relational things, motivation, depression, all that kind of stuff, right? Like, I can talk to you and tell you what I do to get through, but I'm not a professional. So when you have a membership, there is nothing wrong with bringing in an expert, and they don't have to be there permanently. You may bring them in for like a little 2 weeks stint or 3 weeks stint. Maybe they're going to do a special training or something that's just for your people in your membership that you can put up as a resource. That's number one. The second thing, a lot of my clients that are barbers and hairstylists, we have been working a lot on restructuring their business model. So trying to get them to encourage their clients to do subscriptions, right? So you commit to this many services, you get in at this price, or it's locked in. Also really training them to send the clients home with products, right? So if I notice that you're only coming to get your haircut, you used to come every week and now you're only coming every other week or every 3 weeks, right? Because you're trying to stretch it out. Well, I want you to look fresh, you know what I'm saying, when you're not here. I don't want you running around telling people I'm your barber and you look a mess. So let me get you these products to help you maintain or have longevity with your style. And a lot of times they can white label or they can go to a wholesaler, right? And they can get the products and do the retail. Okay. The next thing that they can do to help them generate some more income as well, they can host classes, because you're going to have people, they're not going to come to you. So look, if you're going to be lining yourself up, I'm going to have a workshop, you know, on June 2nd. And I'm going to show you you know what I mean? How to taper, how to do a fade, how to clean yourself up. If they want to put together a kit, these are the things that you can purchase from me. So if they're going to be an affiliate, right? Well, why not buy the razor from me? Why not buy, what's that little spray stuff I'm having a brain fart that burns, that they put on, whatever.
The antiseptic.
Yeah, but why not get those things from me, right? Your beard needs to be lined up. Let me show you, right, how to line this up. Because my man, whenever his beard be a little scruffy, he was stripped out the first time I did it. I absolutely took some of my eyebrow powder and re-edged his beard. We were out on vacation and it wasn't a barber that could cut his hair, and he was looking a little scraggly. Okay, and you know how men be about their hair, okay, and the beard and stuff like that, especially if they guys that keep themselves together. So I was like, I can fix that. He's like, what you finna do? I was like, watch this. And I grabbed my brow powder. And he was crispy. He was like, dang, that look good. I was like, yeah, I know. It's like, love you, bro. Okay. Right? So literally, you know, if we have people that are coming in less, it's not because they don't love their barber, right? It's not because they don't love their hairstylist. Hey, Art Diggs, I sent you some videos, boo, by the way, for inspiration. It's none of that. It's the fact that literally their money is getting funny. The pockets are getting tight. So they're trying to stretch it out, right? So if they're going to be out here trying to stretch it out, why let them go buy the tools or the supplies, you know what I mean? Or a little workshop or a course from somebody else when they can get it from you, right? And a lot of times barbers do really, really well on social media. So if they want to put together like a little $10 kit or a little $20 kit or something like that, be like, hey, if you cutting at home, you decided to go bald, here's the things that you can grab, right? Here's the things that you need. So if they start looking at it like that, they're going to do pretty well. But the subscription thing is huge. We also have a client and he's doing great with it. And he's the first one that we tested this out on, but he's doing fantastic. We just had him do like a monthly fee where they can get kind of unlimited cuts, like how you can get an unlimited car wash. You can get unlimited cuts, okay? Pay this much and you can come in and get your hair cut whenever you want to. Pay it every month. And it's doing fantastic. And he pretty much picked like 6 cuts that they can choose from. And they come in and they pick one of those and people are very, very happy, and it's keeping his doors open and it's keeping his chairs full.
Got it. Okay. Now I have one more question for you. This one is more on myself. And that is, I have a YouTube channel. I don't have enough to monetize it yet. It's like 3,000. But I want to start offering some of this to barbers like who don't join the membership, some version of this on YouTube. What how do you get a YouTube channel that you already have a member? What am I trying to say? Like, how do I separate this content, right? Don't give so much that they don't join the membership, but give enough that it seems valuable and people continue to come back. How do you juggle that?
So what I always do is I'll make a list, right? And let's say that there's 10 steps to a process or something. I may give you 4 of the 10 steps, and I'm going to make sure to let you know. I'm going to say, hey, it's 10 steps to do this. These are the 4 things that you can use and start getting results with these right now. And actually, I want you to go and try them. So once you get the results, you can come back and you can join my membership and you can get all 10.
Got it. Yeah. Oh gosh, that's you know.
Yeah, is it? Sometimes it's good to have a little mastermind. You throw stuff out there and you be like, boom, there it is, right? But it works really, really well. If there's 20 ways to do something, I will tell people I'm going to give y'all these 8 for free. And all 20 though are reserved for my clients. So if you're inside of my Monetization Nation or you're inside of my Instacoin Academy, you're going to get all of this, right? Even with ads, sometimes I come out here, for free, I'll give y'all some things that y'all need to correct. But whenever we get into full training, whenever we get into audience stacking, whenever we get into narrowing and stuff like that, whenever we get into advanced retargeting, those are things that are reserved only for my clients. So yes, you can come to the free trainings and get information that's going to help you make money. It's going to help you advance. It'll help you grow your followers, all those sorts of types of things. But whenever we get into like pay $99, you know what I'm saying? Those are things that are reserved for only my clients that are coming to workshops, clients that are inside of our memberships, or clients that are inside of the academies.
Okay. And when it comes to pricing, so I'm testing the pricing at $99. That hasn't been a lot of pushback, but as a financial advisor, a financial therapist, whenever there's not a lot of pushback, that makes me concerned. I'm like, okay, is this price too low? Because I don't want a big membership, because I want to be able to be personal. High touch is what I'm known for. I'm known for high touch. When I was a therapist, when I was a financial advisor, everything I've done, high touch. So I do want it to be a little high. I do want to be on the high side, but not, and I definitely don't want to be the cheapest. That's not where I stand in anything I do.
The best way to do that, to be honest, is we'd have to do like an analysis of your clients and kind of look at like what they're bringing in, what the needs are, what the options are. And it may not be that you need to increase the price point of what you are. Maybe the 99 is fine. Maybe we need to create some type of elite version or like an inner circle or something like that. And these are the other things that they get with them. And that would be at a higher price point. So you may have like 20% of the members that go into the inner circle, is what we're going to call it for lack of better words. And then let's say your first goal is to get to, because I know you said you don't want to be very big, so maybe your goal is to get to 100 members, right? 80 of them would be general, 20 would be, on the inner circle.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking that, so you confirmed it, but I still do want to have that conversation that you're talking about. I do. Yep. Absolutely. Okay.
Hey, y'all in the comments, you're welcome. Can y'all work the comments, please? And now she in here talking about, I know this is not the scammer I just saw. Baby, y'all do know the slander and libel is illegal, right? And let's clear this up. In order to be a scammer, that means that you sell products or services, or you give false promises to people and you don't deliver said product or service. So if I was a scammer, that would mean that I have the intent to defraud. That means, for instance, I'm telling every side note, if you guys don't know, I have a $16 product this week. It's called the Automatic Follower Bundle. You should go and grab it. Okay. It's multiple products put together and they're on sale to celebrate my birthday for only $16, right? So if I was scamming, I would say, hey, y'all go purchase this product and you would never get anything. That's a scammer. If I was a scammer, that workshop that this woman got out and lied and said that I didn't send her the links to, which is what started all of this, that means I wouldn't have hosted the workshop and I wouldn't have had email proof that we did email her at the address that she gave us multiple times with the links for her training. See, scamming would mean that someone paid me for something and I did not fulfill it, and I intentionally decided not to fulfill it. The problem is there were multiple other people that came to the workshop and they had a fabulous time. And I don't know why all of y'all ignoring all of the people that were in the comment section said, thank you, Art Diggs. All of the people that have said that they've been purchasing products from me for years, never had a problem. All the people talking about how great my customer support is. And all of the people that actually said, I actually went to this particular workshop that this woman is lying about. And they're like, yeah, I had a great time. So baby, miss me with it. Baby, they all trying to make me give this woman $97 and I ain't giving her ish. Okay, you hear me? I don't care if it was 1 cent. I'm not doing it. It's off of the principle. Period. It's based off of the principle. You lie on me and you're actively lying on me and you think I'm going to acquiesce to you?
No.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And they're like, she's older. Just because you old don't mean you're not a liar. What are we talking about?
Where do we get that one?
Oh, if y'all go look at my bio, when you tap the link, there's a button that says Mayday. All of the Mayday sales, all of the Mayday products, all of the Mayday deals that are coming up, they're all on that page. That's the info page. And you'll see a big picture of the $16 bundle, tap it, and you'll be able to go right on over to Shopify and grab it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good questions, by the way. Hey, Darlene. Hey, Shelly.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good, girl. How you doing?
Good.
Now, this is the
I'm
thing.
good.
Hold on, Darlene. I'm sorry to interrupt. Now, y'all know I invited these trolls to come up. I said if any of y'all want to talk to me, y'all can request up. Why y'all don't want to request up? Y'all got so much to say in the comments. Y'all comment thugging. Go on, come up, baby. I'm with it. I'm with it. I think people are so used to people online bagging down and them being able to force people to recant stuff or come out and apologize when they don't mean it. They don't know what to do with personalities like mine.
It's so funny because I was hoping that some of you would come up.
I was too, girl. I couldn't wait. I said, let me hear you up and rap content today so we can open up the queue. Baby, I was expecting it to be full. Come on now. Come on and say what you need to say. I am welcoming you. Come on.
Yes, I was watching your videos today, and each one that I was watching, I was just feeling like, oh my gosh, I just want to protect her. I just want to, who is bothering her? You know, ever since I've met you online, I look at you like a little sister. And so every time you leave your videos, I'm laughing. I mean, you're very funny, very informative. And I would watch and say, man, I wish I could meet her in person. And so as I was watching like the last video, I saw your icon started flashing to say that you were going live. And so I tapped it and here we are. And I said, oh, wow, this is wonderful. Hopefully I'd be able to at least introduce myself to you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it very, very much.
You are amazing. You are a blessing. I follow you. I've purchased some of your courses, and I do hope down the road that we can build a stronger relationship. But my question, I'm not going to hold up your time. You were talking about affiliate marketing, and as you were kind of breaking it down, my question is, do you have, and you may have it out there, you could just let me know, do you have like a step-by-step product out there to show someone who is more a visual learner, that's me, on how to set up a system from signing up on the different platforms to actually going to a product and setting it up to sale, like going from A to Z with affiliate marketing?
Okay.
Do you have something out there?
Instacoin Academy is the complete collective of it. Now, I also have individual workshops that I do. So let's say you were like, oh, I just need help with my hooks, right? Or I just need help with script writing. We would have an individual workshop on that. You may say, I need help with targeting. There's an individual workshop on that. But Instacoin, you get access to the workshops, but you also get all the modules. We do insight sessions on Thursday where I check y'all's homework. We teach y'all small skills. Yes, girl, I don't be playing. And I'm going to get mad at y'all if you don't do your homework. Ask anybody that's in my programs. They will tell you, I will get ticked off. I'll be like, why y'all wasting my time? I need to see your work, right? And then I'm going to find out why you didn't do your homework. Most time people don't do it because they're scared. People will do the homework up until where I'm like, okay, now you got to actually post. And they be like, I was scared to post. I be like, baby, if you don't post, or I come to your house and find you. But we do all of that, and you get the constant check-in. And the reason it's important and why I have so many clients that have made so much money is because when you're learning something new, you're leaning into your own interpretation, right? And your interpretation or your understanding is limited at that time. So there are going to be some mistakes that you make, and it's helpful for somebody to come in and say, hey, you got it 60% right. I need you to fix this and this and that, or instead of you trying to describe something to me, I'll be like, I turn the screen share on, share your screen with me so I can see what you're looking at, and get you through the next step. Or I say, move this, fix this, put this here, write that, add this, take that away, whatever it is that is needed at the time. So Instacoin is the most comprehensive, and my clients that have the best success rate, they stay in Instacoin with me for a year. So that's come. I know that those 1 year spots where we're offering a whole year for the price of 1 month, they probably gonna be gone like that whenever we drop it on Saturday. But it's literally because you can take your time. So building up everything, the audience, the target, choosing your niche, your brand story, what type of content you're putting out there, your editing style, your automations, your retargeting, your internal campaigns coupled with your external campaigns. We're doing all of that, right? Now, again, if you just need like a one-off thing, normally I do something called an affordable workshop series.
Okay.
And then I have our regular workshops too. And so you may see in the affordable workshop series, I'm going to say, okay, today I'm going to show you guys how to build out your scripts with AI or something like that. And if you know that you want to learn how to do that, then you would sign up for that individual workshop. But that's all we cover inside of that workshop. And that's just because there's not enough time, to go over everything in one workshop. It's impossible, right? Especially when we're dealing with foundational training. So like the last workshop we did was focused on how to attract followers that will buy from you. And that's all we focused on was how do you get in front of those type of people and how do you get them to follow you? We didn't get into anything on the automation side, the product curation, pricing your product, white labeling, listing. We didn't go through any of that. It was literally just how do I get the audience of people? And there were some people, they maybe already have a product, right? So they're like, well, I got my product. I have my inventory. I got my licensing. If they have any type of like IP on it, they already got all that stuff. But they're just trying to figure out how do I get the word out about it, right? Then we have some people, they have a disconnect with how to actually communicate with the audience. So we may have to help them on like verbiage, hooks, the bridges, the transitions, all of that. So you can, like I said, you can make kind of like a list of like, these are the things I need to get done. And you can just come to like individual trainings. I also have digital products. If you can't come to a live training, you can just grab, a tutorial or something like that. Or my people that know that they want more hand holding and they want access to me, they want access to the success coaches and stuff like that. Those are the clients that come into Instacoin and they stay with me for a while.
Okay. And so everything that you've just mentioned is on your, like your page as far as the different items. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for answering my question. And thank you for just being an awesome woman. Blessings to you and all that you do.
Thank
and just
you, Ms.
know
Darlene.
that you are a blessing to all of us. Okay.
I appreciate that.
Encouraged. All right. Take care, honey.
Let's see. You said, did you return that woman money? Come up and ask me. Y'all staying down in the comments. You said because the video is viral and it's looking like you stole her $97. It only looks like I stole $97 to people with no comprehension. That's it. I'm the only people that it look like that too. That's it and that's all. If you're a thief, if you're a liar like her, if you lack comprehension, if you didn't want to take the time to go down the page and watch the videos where we posted up all the proof and the evidence, that's the only people it looks like. It looks like that to idiots. Yes, I just called you an idiot. Let me be very, very clear. I sure did. That's who it looks like. It looks like that to y'all. To y'all and y'all only. That's it. Thank you for my mark of love, Art Diggs. That's the only people it looks like that too. That's it and that's all. Because y'all are the only people that will get together in an angry mob and think that it's okay and think that it's of sound morals to go and attack a stranger. Hey, Dr. Shelley, what's going on?
Hi, Coach. It's nice to be back in your presence again. Happy New Year and happy birthday that's coming up.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, I guess first I want to tell everyone, if you're not in Instacoin, you should get into Instacoin because I am a past student of Instacoin and that actually just transformed my business and my life. So if you're second guessing, I will tell you to just run quickly and get it. You won't ever be the same. Your business won't be the same. I'm still benefiting, and it's been 3 years I've been out.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Shelley. I appreciate that. Yes. Bria, you didn't ask a question, baby. You came in here with accusation. You know you ain't on the proper type of time. Stop it. Then hold on, Dr. Shelley, and we're gonna get to whatever questions you got. Based on the personality alone, I'm already knowing. Yes, you should know you're not welcome here. I hope that you know that. I hope that wholeheartedly, emphatically, that you feel it down in your spirit, in your sha-na-na, in your toes. I want you to understand. I don't want bird brains in my space. I don't want liars in my space. I don't want people that defend poor behavior in my space. I don't want bullies in my space. It's always interesting because whenever people bully you and then you push the bully back, then they want to cry. They don't want to be a victim. I told you, baby, request up. You got all that smoke in the comments. Come on up and say what you need to say. That's what's interesting. None of y'all want to come up and say what you want to say because you want to hide behind your little keyboards. You want to hide behind your little Twitter fingers. I'm an open book. I'm transparent. I told y'all I'm open for a conversation. My mom said she sent you an invite, boo. Come up. All of y'all come up, baby. I ain't got no problem with it because I ain't got nothing to hide. You said I'm describing myself? No, I'm talented. I'm wonderful. I'm smart. I'm clever. I'm kind. I'm firm. I have boundaries. I'm amazing. I'm an asset to my community. That's what I am. And I don't go around on the internet bullying people. I don't go around on the internet defending strangers that lie on other people. I don't go around on the internet trolling people, harassing people, going into their live streams and their comment threads, but I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't do any of that. Thank you for my mark of love. Go ahead, Dr. Shelley. Oh, thank you, Onyx.
You're making me so
Onyx
proud.
said I'm an angel. Thank you, Onyx. Thank you, love.
I think it's only the people who don't know you that come online and say these nonsense, all of these foolish things. They have not experienced you. They have not experienced the success that you've been able to help us accomplish. And they just get on here and just join bandwagons and echo chambers and attack people who don't deserve being attacked. Because if people knew how you turn 6 figures into multiple 7 figures, you turn people who are confused about their business into successful entrepreneurs and community leaders, they won't have these things to say. So we would excuse them. And I know that you're going to set them straight. Anyway, I am from the beautiful Twin Island of Trinidad and Tobago. I've been in Ashley Ann's community since she's been on Periscope.
It's a long time.
It's been a long time. I have watched you grow. I have watched you accomplish a lot of stuff. So there's no doubting here. You know, when I was about to retire, I actually just completed my conference and I spoke about you on stage.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And that's going to go all over the Caribbean because the media houses are going to have it. And one of the things I said to the community is that my coach looked at me when I said I was going to retire and she says, isn't that kind of selfish because you know so much? And that started an entire business that's now a 7-figure coaching practice. And it's all because of Ashley, and I would have been retired. Yeah. So those who want to troll can take that and you can go have tea with it. And I'm in the Caribbean. So my question is, I just wrapped up my conference, and one of the things that I do when I wrap up my conference is rest, and I know that that's important. Mm-hmm. But I want to know, how can I leverage the conference momentum to scale the brand or the business over the next 6 months? I don't want to just lose the momentum, and normally I just do the conference rest, and then I just do little lives and stuff. I don't really leverage the momentum.
Okay, so I don't know how active you want to be this year, but we want to leverage through events. Okay, that's the best way. So the conference just ended. You need to make sure that you send out a recap of saying like, hey, thank you everybody for attending. We had an amazing time, you know, blah, 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 blah. Here were some of the highlights, or here's some of the things that you guys told me were the best or your favorites. And then also, because people love, okay, to give advice, you ask them, tell me where some areas we can improve, because we want to make sure that the conference gets better for you, you know, every single year. Also, we're going to be hosting a series, and whatever a series is that you know the people are into, we're going to be hosting this particular series this year, okay? When they click the link, they need to go to a landing page that has all the details about the series, and you can map out like the dates that you want to do it, or at least the date range if you don't know concrete dates, right? So you may say this fall, we're going to do a series. In late August, we'll be starting a series about XYZ Elemental P, okay? Now, on top of your series, it's very important once a month, you need to be trying to host some type of event. And the event doesn't have to be in person. It can be a virtual event, okay? And you don't necessarily have to be the person that teaches the event. If you want to bring in a guest instructor, you want to bring in, you know, a special, you know, person to do like a training, you know, like tutorial or something like that, you can do that as well. But basically we want to be in constant communication. Okay. These events need to be low ticket. Okay. I'm talking about like maybe $10, $20, something like that. You can do, I would say as long as they're not over $200, you can even go up to $197. So we're looking for, you know, we're looking for one serious people, and we're going to divide them down by specific needs or specific desires that the community is trying to accomplish, right? So if you just want to make yourself a syllabus and say, these are the things I want to focus on over the next 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, however long you want this to go, okay? I do think if you're up to it once a quarter, it's very important to do an in-person event. And the in-person event doesn't have to be as big as a conference. It could be like a lunch and learn that you do that's in person. So maybe y'all do meet and greet for like, maybe y'all do meet and greet for like an hour after, maybe an hour and a half after or something like that. Maybe you bring in a panel, maybe you train on something specifically while they're there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nothing crazy, like maybe 4 hours max. You come, we say hello, y'all sit down, you get your education, and then we spend the next hour, hour and a half chit-chatting, taking pictures, you know, the whole shebang, just providing a positive experience, right? Now, something that we've always done, anybody that comes to our in-person, we call them on the road events, we typically give them discounts for the conference tickets for the next upcoming conference, okay? So they normally are super excited because it's like a 2-for-1, right? So they're getting to get a really good discount, and they're getting to lock their spot for whatever the next conference is. And it's super dope for you because leading into your promotion for your next conference, you already typically are going to have a quarter of your tickets to 50% of your tickets already sold before you even have to run an ad, before you even have to do any type of additional campaigning.
Awesome. So some of the stuff I already have, you already did recap. We do have a training that's coming up that I have at $99, which is to just continue the conversation that I had at the conference about marketing to money and that map. That's how we do that in the Caribbean, and some of the cultural elements that we need to take into consideration for marketing to be successful across here. So I'm going to be doing the mastermind on the 30th and the 31st of May.
Good.
But I will definitely take into consideration the once a quarter in-person event, because I was thinking about it. I just really didn't know, well, what do I do? You know, do I do, you know, sell meetings? Do I do like mini trainings? Do I do like a girl meetup? I was really struggling with that.
It honestly just depends on the audience and what they're demanding from you. So like for some clients, people do want a good time, you know, and they want to be able to build up camaraderie. And so that's where, you know, maybe like the meetups that's going to take precedence. Like we're just having a good time. We're having fun. You know, we're coming in, everybody's being able to vibe, network, communicate, hang out with one another. For me, my audience, even though y'all enjoy networking, baby, y'all like skills, okay? Y'all like tactics, y'all like tools. Those are the sorts of types of things that y'all like. So whenever I'm doing smaller events, there's always some type of training component in it. Even if there's a network, even if we have food and drinks and mixers and, you know, DJ and all that stuff after, there's always going to be some type of training component there because that's what y'all like. Does that make sense? So you're really going to be looking at what is it that your people like, what is it that they need, and we're creating the events around that for them.
One of the things I realized that they like to engage with is I have a formula that I teach my clients, which is the human side of entrepreneurship, Life by Design, the feminine method. And they like to come together and talk about those types of topics. So yes, they do like the technical part, but they enjoy, and I feel that they feel more relaxed and confident after those sessions where we talk about what it really takes to be a female entrepreneur. And not all the BS that we hear on social media, and not all the nonsense that people, and it's just so much unrealistic things people talk about what it takes to be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is challenging and it requires a certain mindset. behavior, discipline, focus. So they really enjoy what it looks like and what it feels like to be a female entrepreneur for real, to be a 6-figure earner or a 7-figure earner. So maybe I can do something around the life by design bit.
Yeah, if you know that that's what they're into, I would break that down into a series, and I would have like the virtual events or the virtual trainings around the series, and then do 1 or 2 live events leading up into the conference.
Okay, so leading up to the conference, should I do more technical stuff or should I do more of the life by design stuff?
What is the audience demanding from you? Everything always revolves around what does your audience want? Everything.
They enjoy both. They show up for both. I can say I have equal attendance for both, but I can feel a different energy around the life by design because I talk about being a mother and being a wife and maneuvering and travel a lot.
Is there any way to do hybrids where maybe you do the technical training and then you have a panel and the panel is focused around life by design information or discussions?
We did that at the conference, so maybe we can just continue that going down.
Yeah, and you also can divide your trainings, right? So maybe we do half of the trainings that are around technical things and then the other half of the trainings that are around life by design. And it's just like selling any other product, right? For the people that are interested in the life by design, that type of like personal development, you're going to highlight your conference segments that focus on that. For the people that are interested in the technical, you'll highlight the conference segments that focus on that.
And I have one more question. So I travel a lot and people ask me to do meetups in different countries, but I'm not sure how do I maneuver that?
Yeah, you got to go and look and see where your ticket sales are coming from for that country that you visit. Same thing. It doesn't matter if it's another city, another state, another country. You go into your customer analytics and see where your base of customers are. So if you have, like, let's say you got a lot of customers that are in Jamaica or something like that, well, then it would make sense for you to travel and for you to do an in-person event in Jamaica. But if there's one person, let's say they live in Ontario, they're asking you for an event and they're just the one lonely person out there, right? It doesn't make sense for you to do that event in Ontario unless this person, has a significant amount of influence and they're going to be able to tell everybody you're coming and pack that event out, right? It wouldn't make sense for you to be in Ontario, up in Canada, right? So literally you're just going to go through the analytics and your analytics are going to tell you where to go. Like when we host in-person events and we do conferences and stuff, they're always based off of where my clients are buying tickets.
Okay, I'll take that into consideration because normally when I visit an island, I am always on media. So we can also use media to help with that as well.
Yeah.
You're so awesome. I love you. Thank you so much.
I love you back. You're awesome too. You're welcome.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, Daily Life.
Hi, it's me again. So I know a closed mouth does not get fed, and your girl is here hungry. And I want to ask or request, I do have a digital product and I have pulled into that digital product space. I would absolutely love to send you a complimentary copy. And I think because I have a goal in mind and a specific day that I want to reach the goal, I want to invite you and however many people you can think to have to come to a live. And I just want to talk about the product. It is a ebook. It's a low content ebook and it's called The Wealthy Mind. So it really digs into the mindset. It does have some activities in which the person can say affirmations, write down their goals. Similar to what the other young lady was just mentioning, mine's a little bit on the smaller scale and it is a digital product. So I wanted to request that because I do have a goal in mind for this Friday to reach financially.
Okay. Well, I appreciate the invitation, but unfortunately, my schedule is pretty tight, and I have a lot of
Okay.
client calls, and I have a lot of clients that actually pay me for one-to-one services. So one of the things I do for those clients and for my clients at Instacoin, I go to their live streams and I monitor them, take notes, and give them feedback on them. When we get into products, I go and I analyze and I audit the products, give free feedback, suggesting like order bumps, cross sales, down sales for them, all those sorts of types of things. So because my schedule is so full with that, I typically, don't really venture off into other people's spaces unless it's just a space that I want to be in for my entertainment purposes.
Got it. Got it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I join because I do need that feedback.
No problem. No
Thank
problem.
you.
And I will tell you this, you need to probably start posting to your story every day. The story audience and your timeline audience, those are two different sets of people. So if you have a specific time that you're going live and you're doing specific topics, make some flyers, okay? Like little virtual flyers. Put them up on the timeline. Talk about specific like questions, goals, strategies, challenges that people are having experience in that. So that way you can say, hey, if you guys want to come, I'm going to be doing this in the live stream on, Friday at whatever time. Also, to help you get prepared, this is for anybody in here that has never done a live stream before, or you don't live. I know you've done them before, or people that don't live stream often. You need to go and research questions, common questions that people in your audience are going to have, so that way you can make sure that you're covering topics that they want to hear. Because sometimes you get people in and they don't know what to ask, or maybe the information could be like new, to them. Maybe they're still processing, or they could just be nervous, right? They could just be nervous and they're like, oh, I don't want to come up, or I'm scared to type my question. You never know whatever reason. But if you have a list of like 5 to 10 questions, so you can just say, okay, we're going to get into Q&A. If y'all have questions, you can request up or you can put them in the chat. And I'm going to start with some commonly asked questions. Okay. Then you can do the question 1. If you want to be fancy, you can make it a little graphic so it shows up behind you. And then you'll proceed to answer that question that's related to the content that you're going to be given.
I love it. And did you tell me where I could find the list of questions already? I'm sorry.
So I like to go to Reddit threads. I like to go to YouTube. I like to go to Facebook groups. If you have a group of people, like I already have a big community, so I don't have to do that as much anymore. I normally can just ask in my stories, or I can ask on my timeline or something, and people they'll drop their questions right there in the comments, and I just write them down, so that we have all of them. But when you're first getting started, Reddit and YouTube, for whatever reason, people like putting all their business in the comments. Specific Facebook groups and stuff about specific topics, you'll see a lot of conversation and a lot of questions there, and you just go through and you write them down.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Thank you from my heart. Let's see. AB Trade says that they're going to gift the first 5 people to message me. Great. So message AB Trades great and see what they gift you. Anyway, y'all had really, really good questions today. L'Oreal, thank you for my mark of love. Content Hub, you sent me a mark of love too. Is when Dr. Shelley was speaking. Thank you, baby doll. I appreciate everybody that tapped the screen, everybody that sent comments today. Y'all had fantastic questions. I'm going to be on tomorrow. Hold on, let me see, and I'll tell y'all what time. It'll probably be around the same time tomorrow. And tomorrow we're just going to be focused specifically on like selling. So we're going to be focused on the inferior goods, the essential goods, how you can go through the framework of figuring out what's the best thing for you, and then how to actually set it up so you can start moving those products and those services. Thank you, Onyx. I appreciate that so much. Thank you for my little roses daily. I love flowers, and I love roses. Love roses. All kinds of roses. David Austin roses, Penelope roses. I love roses. Garden roses, all of that. I want some Peggy Martin roses. I want to try and train them to grow up the side of my garage. When they had asked me what I wanted for my birthday, I was like, some Peggy Martin roses and a trellis. But anyway, thank y'all so very much. Also, I want to give a special shout out to the trolls that came into the room. I appreciate you guys for giving me an opportunity to be able to let you know how I really feel about you and what I think about you. I appreciate that very much as well. And I also appreciate you guys for coming in and trolling and participating in my engagement and giving me comments. That is fantastic as well. I want to say thank you to my fans, thank you to my haters, thank you to my lovers, and thank you to my community members most of all. I love y'all. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are on the planet Earth. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me. If it's morning time or daytime where you are, have a productive and a prosperous day. If it's